Alright, so here we are. It's been some time, and it's a simple, honest little video I'd like to share with you all, those who decide to tune in. And yeah, I'm a little scruffy, I'm a little untidy, and this is what this is all about. It's about not just keeping up appearances, but keeping on top of things and what's important. And the thing is this, that motivation and inspiration are not necessarily your best friend. That's what I want to go with. And here's why. But before I continue, I'm just sharing with you, the listener, the viewer, the audience, what's going on in my reality. Okay? My trials and tribulations, my flaws and my improvements, my understanding, my learnings, my doings and my undoings, okay? My experiences, my successes and my failures. If you get something out of it, then so be it, okay? Pretty much the reason why I share this stuff is I want to get it out there and just be a different perspective of it all. And I was thinking that, so I'm just looking over here, I've got a bit of a note, that motivation and inspiration is like wind in the trees. Okay, so when there's wind about, you hear the wind in the trees, right? The leaves are moving, the branches are moving. But when the wind stops, all goes quiet. And motivation and inspiration are like that. They're like wind in the trees. They're all good while the wind's there, everything's happening. While you're plugging into the motivation and inspiration, everything is happening. But like the wind is its own source. Okay, it's an external source. Motivation and inspiration, if those things are an external source, not an internal source, then once it stops, so do you. Many of you may have witnessed this. I've witnessed it. And this is coming on the back end of signing up for getting back into CrossFit. And I'm going to do another video about my little session there with the coach, and whether you want to call it a review, it's just going to be an honest feedback video on my experience there and why I feel that if you're on the Sunshine Coast, why this particular CrossFit gym or box or nook would most likely be a good fit. But going back to this thinking, personal thought, what must be developed for us to succeed and achieve with whatever we want to get done in our life, in our reality, is discipline. Because once you have discipline, then you have the ability to stay committed. You have the ability to be disciplined in what you need to prioritize. Okay? You have the discipline on what it is you need to focus on. Okay? You have the discipline in keeping up the motivation, keeping yourself inspired. You have the discipline to read the right books, to listen to the right audios, okay? To watch the right information on YouTube. But apart from that, once you have the discipline and you are so plugged into your reality, you no longer need the wind in your trees or the wind in your leaves, because you become the wind. You understand? And then you become a source of motivation and inspiration for other people because they see what's going on in your world. So if you're wondering why you're always up and down and you never stick at things, it's because your discipline is shit. Just as mine was and has been. It's discipline. Discipline is the answer. Discipline is the key to succeed and achieve whatever you want. For me, obviously it's finance, it's having a good healthy relationship with my son's mum, and being a father figure, a dad, a friend, a leader, working on becoming a husband. These type of things. You need discipline for this. A good business owner, okay? Having my finances in check. I think I said that. Relationship and fitness and health and overall building the foundations and the framework for a lifestyle of longevity, full of prosperity and wonderful things and adventure. You can't do that if you're not fit. You've got to be fit. Fitness is very important. And we just sort of push it over to the side and think it's for people who have an ego and are full of themselves. But that's not true. It's not true at all. That's just falseness. And if you're telling your story that, then you're killing yourself. And it's silly. Okay? I'm not saying don't stop watching things that get you motivated, that get you inspired. But just take a little, leaf out of my book on this one. It is like the wind in the trees, because once the wind stops, so does everything else. So focus on developing your discipline. Get disciplined. Once you get disciplined, you'll be able to get all the things you want out of life. So may this bring some benefit to you, make you think about things a little differently, perhaps maybe even motivate and inspire you. So I'm Mr. Neil Kerr here, Lifestyle Creation Advisory. Be good, be great, be fucking brilliant. And even if I'm not getting it right, make sure you are. Learn to master yourself, because when you do, you learn to master your life. See you.